Are you thinking about moving to the Kenosha area, southeast Wisconsin, and you're not sure if it's a good move for you? You're not sure if there's jobs here? You're not sure if there's anything to do? Well, in this video, we're going to go over the top things to do here in the Kenosha area and why it's a good move for you. Welcome back to my channel. I hope they had a fantastic weekend. I'm Chad Scott with eXp Realty, and let's talk all things Kenosha. One of the best things about commuting to and from Chicago from Kenosha is the train. The Metro train exits the Union Pacific line here in Kenosha. So all you have to do is go downtown, jump on the train, and make that hour or so ride down to Chicago. You can even work around it while you're on the train. You may have heard about Kenosha, Wisconsin on the news over the last year or so, but you're not quite sure where it's at. So where is Kenosha? Well, it's in the southeast corner of Wisconsin, right over the Illinois border, just to the north of Illinois. Kenosha here, the people call it a big little town. So what does that mean exactly? Well, when people have lived here their whole lives, it means that they feel like they know everybody in town, even though they probably don't. But you get that it's a large city with all the amenities that you could possibly want in a large city, but it's that small town feeling, especially when you decide to shop downtown Kenosha. Kenosha is located about halfway between Chicago and Milwaukee. That's why it's considered like a commuter's dream to live here. You can get to Chicago in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, depending on that crazy Chicago traffic. You can make it up to Milwaukee in about an hour. So no matter where you're working, if you're a commuter, you can make it to either major city in about an hour. And if you want to live here in Kenosha and work here in Kenosha, plenty of jobs here for you as well. One of the best things about living here in Kenosha is that we're right on the state line of Illinois and Wisconsin. I have a lot of friends between Wisconsin and Illinois that want to stay in their respective states. So I'm licensed in both states. So if you want to live in Illinois or Wisconsin, let me know. I can definitely help you out with that. Now let's talk about why it's so great to live here in Wisconsin. My wife and I, when we first moved up here to Wisconsin, we commuted to and from Skokie every day for work when we were paramedics. It's about a 45-minute drive down interstate to Skokie. So it wasn't really that bad of a drive. It's pretty much a straight shot to Skokie or Chicago if you want to go a little further south into Chicago if that's where you work. If you prefer to live where you work, Kenosha has a plethora of job opportunities. We have Foxconn up in Racine County that is still promising to bring lots more jobs here to the area. We have a pharmaceutical company that just opened in Pleasant Prairie. They're hiring a couple hundred people. We have Haribo opening here in Kenosha County. It's in Pleasant Prairie, I believe, off the interstate. They said they're going to hire between 400 and 600 people. And then, of course, we also have Uline, who's always hiring, and Amazon, who's always hiring for people. No matter what you like to do, you can definitely find a job here in Kenosha. We have all the major professions. We have IT. We have hospitals here, so if you're in healthcare, you can work in a hospital. No matter what you like to do, we can definitely find a job for you here in Kenosha County or Racine County. Maybe you have kids that are in school right now. Your kids are in elementary, middle school, or high school. Maybe getting ready for college. That's great. Kenosha County has some of the highest rated schools in the state here. Between Kenosha, Salem, Bristol, all of our schools are highly rated in the area. And Kenosha itself also has 3 different colleges. We have a community college in Kenosha. We have UW Parkside, which is a Wisconsin State College in northern Kenosha. And we have Carthage College, which is a private college here in Kenosha. So if you're going to college, you have plenty of choices here to pick from. We also have UW Milwaukee, which is not very far, only about an hour drive up to Milwaukee. UW Madison, it's about an 2-hour drive out to Madison. And a lot of people here in the Kenosha area, if they grew up here, they like to get out of Kenosha. So they go to UW Whitewater. It's in Whitewater. That's a 3 to 4 hour drive, something like that. Let's talk about housing. What kind of housing do they have here in Kenosha? That's a great question. There's a very diverse type of housing. You have single family, you have multifamily housing, you have condos, you have townhouses. There's lake living. You can either live by the big lake, Lake Michigan. There's lots of houses on Lake Michigan, or you could live in a subdivision. There's subdivisions with HOAs. There's subdivisions without HOAs. I know certain people love HOAs and certain people hate them. All depends on your type. You can move out to the county. Maybe you like more of a country living. You can live in the county. Kenosha County, west of the interstate, is more of a country living. Have very few neighbors, maybe no neighbors in sight. You can have some land, an acre or 2 or 10 or even more. Depends on what you want. We can definitely find it for you. And then you still have all the amenities of a big city within driving distance. If you go all the way to western Kenosha County, it's still only a 20-minute drive back to Kenosha. And of course, there's plenty of other smaller towns and amenities along the way.